Alaska? I don't even know her. Welcome back to Travel Like an Oching. Pardon my dad joke, it was a long winter. Have you ever had a yearning to discover all that Alaska has to offer? Well, in my video today, I will tell you one way to make that bucket list item come true for you in 2024, using the resources of a good travel agent and the companies that support that business is a vital factor. In my case, AAA is my agent of choice, and Holland America is the generous cruise vendor offering a venue to preview the wonders of Alaska. Alaska offers many more adventures other than just beautiful glaciers. So sit back and relax as I give you a brief preview. More after this. Where does it all start? Quite frankly, it starts with the decision to go on vacation. You as a family may decide, or you as an individual may decide for the family, but it all starts there. You'll want to understand what type of vacation you want to take and how do you want to set that up. One way to plan for a successful vacation is to be well aware of your expectations. The expectations are important because it will dictate the type of vacation that you're willing to set up for yourselves. For example, having a good idea of what type of vacation you want to have is a good way to start thinking about how you're going to set this up for your family. I would challenge you as you're planning on your vacation that you consider some of the other family activities you can do. This is why I like destinations like Alaska. They not only are a destination that will offer you all the adventure that your family could want or ever need, but it also is a way to educate and see some of the beauty that this world has to offer. With all of the great locations around the world, you might find it overwhelming if you're trying to plan such a trip for yourself. This is why you should use a trusted professional travel advisor like AAA or like any other of the many professionals that plan vacations or help you plan your family vacation. They've been in the business for many years and they have far more resources and they have a lot more knowledge than you as you're trying to plan. There's no need to add stress to your planning by having to come up with every single detail. If you have a great travel planning partner, they can do most of the heavy lifting and then you could focus in on just making sure that your family has a great time. A couple times a year, AAA, for example, offers up a travel show. At this travel show, it brings in multiple vendors who are solely focused on giving a great vacation for your family. This not only covers the actual cruise companies, but all the ancillary businesses that support that, as well as any types of insurances or information about the cities that you'll be coming into to make your family feel safe and get you to your final destination. This year, I'm going to be traveling back up to Alaska because I want to take advantage of going on a vacation adventure with a new cruise company I haven't used before in the past. Before I do that, I'd like to share with you the season for cruising up in Alaska. Alaska is a pretty unique vacation destination. Unlike the Caribbean or other warmer climates where you may have access 365 days a year, Alaska has a pretty definitive season. The best time to visit Alaska, at least for cruising, is between April and October. That would be the natural beginning and ending of that season. That's when in April the weather is starting to turn warmer, and in October that's when the weather starts getting pretty bad. The peak season for Alaska cruising is between May and September. This is when it starts getting darker for a longer periods of time and you have clearer skies to be able to see the natural event. And it really is worth seeing. You have many choices when going to Alaska, which include air, rail, driving through to Alaska, which is pretty unique. You go up through Canada, or to take a cruise. This is the mode of transportation that I'll be talking to you about today. Let's talk a few minutes about why cruising to Alaska offers an exceptional vacation experience for your family. Alaska offers adventures for the young and the old. You should really consider it because it's a good vacation for a cross-generational experience. You will enjoy nature and all that Alaska has to offer. From the land or sea, you'll be able able to experience Alaska. From the forest to the oceans, you'll be able to find something, whether it's looking at glaciers or peering at moose and bear. You are assured a great time with your family that's going to give you a lifetime of memories. I choose to explore Alaska via cruise company. Now, I've mentioned that in the past I've been up to Alaska on multiple cruise lines. This is the first time I'm going to be considering going up with Holland America, and I want to give you some reasons why. One may ask, who is Holland America? I've done my research, and I can certainly tell you that I appreciate the history of this company.
How many of you have seen the production on the ships lately that talks about the history, the legacy of Holland America Line? Okay, just a few of you. I think that should be on National Geographic or some sort of, I don't know, the History Channel. It's remarkable. So let me tell you a little bit about that, why, since just a few of you have seen that before. We have been cruising for 150 years. My personal connection with the brand is my family escaped from East Germany, and then they made it to Amsterdam, and they took the Westerholm from Amsterdam to New York, across the transatlantic. They and tens and tens of thousands of immigrants. The reason this is so important, one, I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for them, and I'm grateful that they took that really challenging journey all those years ago. But all those years ago, with all the immigrants, Holland America Line fed the immigrants 3 square meals a day. It didn't matter if you were in the steerage class / immigrant class, or if you were full fare. And that type of caring resonates with the history of Holland America Line today. It's who we are.
I like Holland America because of its history, the humble beginnings of this cruise line, and how it served the people that traveled on her. One criteria I use before I go on any vacation is, does the vendor have domain knowledge of where I'm going and the types of things I could do? Now, Holland America is a brand under the Carnival banner. I've certainly done Carnival cruises up in Alaska, as well as done Royal Caribbean cruises up in Alaska. I'm very excited. I've never been on this cruise line, and it's funny because I live in Seattle, Washington, and Holland America is based out of Seattle. So right in my backyard is one of the greatest experiences I could achieve, and I'm going to try and make sure that happens. In the meantime, I want to shout out some of the other cruise lines that really specialize in the Alaska experience. That would be the UnCruise company. I've also sailed with them in Hawaii, and they have an amazing program for Alaska. I do want to call out some of the blue ribbon companies I feel that will give you the best opportunity to have your family enjoy the Alaska wilderness. So check out UnCruise on their website. You can see what they're all about. Getting back to Holland America, I certainly love the full service, full feature, and relationships that Holland America has forged over the years with the various vendors up in Alaska.
In-house, we do ATV excursions, zipline tours, as well as Jeep excursions, but we also represent flight seeing tours, husky mushroom excursions, as well as rafting, whitewater rafting for people that really like to do that kind of stuff.
From the Alaska Railroad to the mining excursions to the wilderness hikes, as well as the four-wheeling and dune buggy experiences through the forest of Alaska. You can find much to do about everything up in the Alaska wilderness. And the vendors that support the Alaskan wilderness are also incredible. One activity that I'm looking forward to do is the excursion that takes me into where the lumberjacks are. I really enjoy thinking about myself romping around like I could actually cut a tree down, and I know I can't, or throw an axe, or stand in a swamp, stand in a river and do some panning for gold. Those are all the activities that I would love to try.
Why do you think 1.5 million visitors choose Juneau every single season? Is it because of our picturesque downtown? Is it our status as Alaska's capital city? Could it be our glaciers, our bears, our whales, or how about our beer?
And I certainly will have that opportunity to do that with the many vendors on my Holland American Cruise. We do stop in Canada, and not to be outdone, Canada also does a tremendous job at hosting cruise passengers and steeping them in many of the beautiful things that Canada has to offer. In particular, Vancouver has an amazing stop on the Holland American Cruise, and you could spend the day doing all the things that Vancouver has to offer. One other unique feature that I like about the Holland American Cruise is you can either do a Seattle to Seattle or Vancouver to Vancouver, or you can do a one-way from Seattle and get dropped off in Alaska. And when you do that, what you can do is a couple of days in Alaska before you fly back to the States. The benefit of doing that is really doing that deep dive into some of the other vendors that will actually take you by bus deeper into the interior of Alaska and allow you to continue your vacation as you get more of an adventure. So think about it. You'll have an amazing 7-day cruise on the ocean, and then you can have 3 or 4 days or even another week on land exploring everything that Alaska has to offer. And then after that, just hop on a plane. The only question remaining is, when are you and your family going to set up your holiday vacation in Alaska? I hope the overview I've provided gives you enough information and confidence to contact your travel professional to think about a Alaska destination. The cruise season is now getting underway. Don't delay in contacting your favorite cruise line to set a Alaskan cruise. Thank you for watching, and until next time. Oh God, why can't I do this? I should be camera ready at this point. Okay, that's it. I got what I got. And, yeah. Oh, I'm horrible with lines. Remember to like and subscribe and click that bell.